Hey, what's going on, guys? This is AndrewChicken, and welcome back to another video. Today, we are testing out a Lillith change that I've actually wanted to happen to the champion pretty much ever since her release. So, Lillith has pretty much always had a problem with her swarms where they are just extremely spammy. She has a lot of complicated stuff going on, actually, with the swarms themselves, you know, all the different interactions they have, and with her hex, and all that's well and good, but ultimately her game loop just felt like you were spamming swarms over and over again because the cooldown was so low, but also the swarms didn't really last for a long time. You put one down, and then a few seconds later it was gone, and so you had to just constantly keep pressing the ability and spamming them out like a mad lass. And this is something that isn't really the case with the other sort of area healers in the game that have a circle that they put down, like Grok, for example. You put his totems down, and then for the next 11 seconds you're just going around shooting things, using shock pulse, using ghost walk to dodge stuff, and you're actually just, you know, playing the game more. You're shooting things, you're making an impact, all while your totems are just there healing stuff. Lilliths obviously probably shouldn't last that long and shouldn't have that lengthy of a cooldown, but they still were just way too short, both in terms of the cooldown and in terms of how long they lasted, and so they've actually increased both. They increased the cooldown from 2 seconds to 3.5 seconds, almost doubling it, but they increased the duration of the swarms from 4.25 seconds to 6.5 seconds, so they last much longer now. So yeah, what you're able to do now with Lillith is you're able to put down a swarm, and then just actually spend some time shooting things for a little bit, put down another swarm, and you'll notice, even without Chronos, we're able to double stack full charged swarms now. So even though the cooldown is certainly longer, even without Chronos, this is actually still a pretty big buff because you can double stack the swarms. They last long enough now that you can have 2 swarms on the same target for a pretty significant amount of time. And then if we stack it with a hex even further, again, without Chronos. Look at this. There, now he has a ramp up hex and 2 swarms. How do you kill this Fernando? You don't. That's the answer. You don't kill the Fernando. Now, Lillith still has her, you know, her problems, obviously. The Hex doesn't really have that much burst to it, at least at the build-up, so you can't just transfer it to a nimble Eevee who's about to die and expect it to heal her, especially if she's under the effects of Cauterize, and so you're still very limited by the circles themselves. And also a very big problem with the circles is that they still barely have any vertical range whatsoever. It's really sad, considering especially that they are bats. You know, they fly. Visually, they have incredible vertical range, but realistically, you can walk up a few steps and not actually be in the swarm. Like, we can put a swarm down here, and then stand here, and I'm not in the effect of the swarm, you know? Or I can put that there, stand here, I'm not in the effect of the swarm. For comparison, we put a totem down here with Grok, and I'm still getting healed all the way up here, not to mention the totems are way bigger when you use Totemic Ward. He just covers more ground, and I think Lillith still deserves a little bit of a buff, at least to the verticality, because they're just way too short. But yeah, today we are going to be testing out this new buffed Lillith healing that also just feels way better to play in terms of the quality of life, because again, we can put swarms down, and then just go to town shooting things for a little bit. Put this down, there we go back to shooting for a little bit. Oh, we can put another swarm down. This is with Chronos 3, mind you. Still a 2-second cooldown with Chronos 3, but we just have more time to actually do things, and so it should feel really nice. But if you haven't already, make sure you check down below if you are subscribed. We are trying to reach 60,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I would really appreciate your support. If we could get there on time, that would be amazing. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Alright, so here we go. We are on Frog Isle. We are joined by a Betty and a Dredge. Lots of spam, but not a lot to confirm kills. A Ying, who's only level 5, so she's definitely going to be going for a damage talent. And Fernando, and we're up against Grover, Atlas, Shaolin. Very long-range team there. Octavia 2, and they have a Vatu. Honestly, I don't really see us winning this game, just based off of the comps alone. But we'll give it our best shot, and we will be trying out Curse of the Court here with this new buff. So let's grab this, and let's grab this build. I am no expert when it comes to Lillith builds, so if you're a Lillith main and you're screaming at me for this build, that's okay. Let me know what I did wrong in the comments. But to me, this has the essentials. We have Blood Cannon 5, we have Symbiotic Relationship 5, we have some fillers, and then we have Charmed at level 3 just for a little bit of a buff to movement speed, because movement speed is very nice. So we're going to grab this, and I'm going to go for Chronos, and I'm going to be spamming like a madman. Oh no, Ying has the healing talent. Wait, I thought that was level 8 talent. Uh-oh. We're going to have 2 full healers. Ying, can you go damage? I'm playing Lillith. I'm not a damage champion. Oh, God. I hope she switches to focusing lens, but she's level 5. She probably wants to try the healing talent, which means not only are we going to have... Oh, okay, she switched. Okay, I was about to say, not only are we going to have 2 blasters with no real way to confirm kills, but we're also going to have 2 full healers, which means we're going to be really just low on damage. Okay, well, we're fine. Let's give the Hex out to Nander, and let's start putting some swarms down. I'm going to move Hex immediately to you. And let's get a swarm down. Oh, we got Vatu over here. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be able to get a swarm out to Fernando there because we were getting bullied back here. We move the Hex to you, put another swarm down, and try and do some damage here. But my entire team is dead. I'm probably going to get rewound here. Or I'll just die to Vatu. Yeah. Nope, this is going exactly how I thought it would. Oh, and our Dredge is a bot too, so, yeah, that's just GG go next, honestly. Jeez, I just want to record a Lillith video, guys. Why do you have to give me the worst possible team imaginable? I'm sure these guys are fine individuals, but we have a terrible comp, and now we have a bot, so... You know, what can you do about that? Let me give Fernando a swarm. Big ol' max charge swarm. Look at that healing. And... Oh, I canceled the swarm deployment somehow. Okay, that's neat. We can give a Hex out as well. Just dump everything into Fernando right now, and I also need to give our Betty some healing. We'll Hex the bot, I guess. Why not? Get another swarm down. And we'll just keep on shooting out here. Here's a Hex for Betty. Hopefully she'll live. We are keeping everyone alive decently well here with these swarms. And I'm going to just immediately go for Blood Moon here now that we got it. Let me give a Hex to you. Get this full charge swarm out. Take advantage of the fact that my blood health is regenerating faster, but get me out of here. I think I'm dead. Yeah, I'm just dead. Oh, Ying, no, you're supposed to stand in the swarm. Stand in my circle. Alright, I'm going to move the Hex to Nando. Yeah, well, I'm going to move the Hex to Nando. We'll get a swarm back there for you. And let's get another swarm down here. Now, the one obvious downside to the fact that the swarms have a much lengthier cooldown now is that you have to be much more deliberate with where you place them. Because, well, the cooldown has basically almost been doubled. So you have to be more careful, right? If I put a swarm here and then Fernando walks out of it, I got nothing to heal him. So I gotta kind of think more strategically about where my teammates are going and where I put the swarms. So like if I see Fernando going in, I don't want to put the swarm like on top of him. I want to put it in front of him. So that way he has more coverage on it and more room to work with. So you really have to think about that more with Lillith, kind of like how you already have to do with Grok, which is definitely something interesting to keep note of. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to give a Hex to our Betty, probably. And then I'm going to give Swarms to the Fernando, who's going over there, so we'll give him one of those. I'm taking a beating right now. Let's get another Swarm out. I'm not even going to worry about healing Dredge. There's no point. Ying, please live. Alright, let's get the Swarm here for Fernando. He's going in, though. Okay, get another full charge one down. Let me move Hex to him. Our Betty's getting harassed. I don't know where Shaolin is either, but I'm getting harassed too by the Vatu. Alright, Dredge, you're taking this Hex just so I can recharge my self-sustain. We'll get a swarm out here to Fernando, see if he can live. For the time being... it's not letting me Hex him. Okay, there you go. Give this out. Let's go for a Blood Moon. And our Dredge bot is dead again. No big surprise. I'm going to just throw a cheap one down there. Maybe Nando can walk in towards it. Let's get one of these down. I threw the Hex at Atlas. That's bad. That's really bad. My self-sustain has been neutered. Ying is down. There's another Vatu behind us. This is not looking very good at all. Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of just a bad test for this Lillith buff. I'm going to be honest. Our Dredge never came back. And we were completely outdrafted too. You don't pick Dredge and Betty on the same team unless maybe it's Ice Mines. But on an open map like Frog Isle, it's just not smart. And yeah, that was not really a good game at all for us. I did manage to get 75,000 healing, easily out healing the Grover while also competing with Ying for a little bit of healing there. But yeah, I mean, I got more damage than Dredge by 10k. That's just not good. That was not a good test. So let's move on to another game and let's see if we can do a little bit better. All right, so here we go. We are on Dawnforge this time. We have Lillith and we are also joined by a Furia on the healing front. Got Androxus, Makoa, Tyra as well going up against Caspian, Betty, Kinessa, Genos, and Makoa. Very interesting comp there. Genos, of course, we did test him on this new map and it is very convenient for him to heal through walls because there are a lot of them on this map. But of course, it's also Genos heals, so our tank will definitely be better supported than their tank. The question is, can I support Tyra and Androxus better than he can support their DPS? But considering we have a Fury to pick up the slack, I'm sure we'll be okay. Let's grab Curse of the Core. We're going to go for the heal dump as usual. And let's also get some more Chronos again. Of course, I'm thinking our Fury will probably go damage, because I'm Lillith. There's not really a super tremendous damage Lillith playstyle. You can kind of just hold W at people and use the Swarm talent and do some weird things, but yeah, no, she's going Exterminate. That's much more reliable. And Armako is going Leviathan, whereas theirs is going Half Shell. That's an interesting choice, especially against the Fiery Disposition Betty. The extra health will make him take that extra little bit more damage. I don't know. I guess we'll see how well this works. I'm hoping it'll go well. Okay, so I'm going to follow the tank, and it looks like he is going low ground over here. Alright, I'm just going to get a swarm on the point for him. Someone has already pressed the button, and our Betty, or their Betty, excuse me, is spamming down. Alright, let's get a swarm here. He's still got the swarm on point, by the way, at least for a second here. We'll give him this Hex, and throw down another big swarm. There you go, buddy. Of course, he's retreating away from it, but he's still got Giga heals right now. I want to be careful not to peek that Kinessa too much, though, and I also want to give our Tyra some healing, but she is dead. That's very bad. Okay, let me Hex you. Get one of these down. Furia should also be healing the Makoa. Yep, there we go. Alright, get one of these down. Ooh, this is bad. 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 Okay, Furia got the Caspian. Andrew got the Genos. We still got a Betty up here. Yeah, let me Hex you. I'm gonna wail away at you a little bit. Oh, come on, you're so low! She can't die to the Hex. It doesn't do damage when they're 1 HP. And Droxus has a free kill back here. Yes. I don't get the assist for it, though. This game is rigged. Absolutely rigged. This is disgusting. Come on, man. Well, Makoa is dead, and we have gained control of the point here. Looks like we're going to cap it here pretty easily. Oh, my goodness. Swarm deployment being a little bit weird here. Okay, let me get a swarm down here. Re-hex the Andro. And we got some enemies all the way over there. Let's get another juicy swarm on the point right here. Had to put it a little bit farther forward than I want, but that's okay. Go move the Hex. Let's keep placing swarms down. Fairly aggressive positioning here. Tyra's going in. We're going to give her that true lifesteal to buff her up. On top of her inbuilt lifesteal as well. That's juicy. There's a Caspian back here. Hello, buddy. How are you? I can kind of just 1v1 him right now. And Tyra's going to finish that. Okay, good. Yeah. Nice thing about playing Lillith is that if I just don't use abilities in Caspian's face, like I don't put a swarm down, I'm basically a tank. Like, I've got wicked self-sustain with the Hex, and I've got 4,000 health almost. So, he does have a more difficult time taking on someone of tank HP than someone of regular support HP. You know, like a defenseless Ceres, for example. So, yeah, we're definitely okay here. And let me finish off that kill for you, Tyra. We are doing excellently here. Heal up that Furia. I actually killed her, I think, with the swarm there. And that is the push. Beautiful stuff. Get the Kinessa! Oh, she teleported. Well, that's fine. This is going much better than the first game because we don't have a bot, and we do have a better team comp here. And I'll tell you what, I do really, really enjoy the fact that it's just a little bit less spammy now. Yes, I absolutely am still deploying swarms very frequently. It's less than a 4-second cooldown. In fact, right now, I think it's about a 3-second cooldown. Even less than that with Chronos, so it's a very low cooldown still. But the fact that the swarms have more persistence means that if I don't want to immediately recast swarm and get like 1 or 2 extra shots off, I can. Or I can just immediately double stack the swarms with a Hex and give some immense healing. It feels nice. It feels like I actually have more room to breathe instead of just spam botting all the time. I can breathe a little bit, I can relax a little bit, I can do some other things if I want to, other than just pressing this one button over and over again. Which is very, very, very nice. I absolutely love that. I don't want my healers to feel too repetitive. That's partly why I don't really enjoy healer Ceres that much. It's relaxing, it's easy, yes, but also extremely boring. Ooh, let's finish you off. I'm going to move the Hex to you, give you that movement speed buff. Let's throw a swarm down here. Furia, please! Ooh, she hit that juicy stun, and she's going to live. There we go. Oh, Tyra. Okay, I can't give you a swarm, so I'm going to put that swarm back there. And she's got Furia heals, so she'll be okay. Hello, Kinessa. Dodge and weave. Strafe, dodge and weave. Get one of these down. And just let Makoa hold the point. There we go. Betty's down. I'm going to head up here. Never mind. I can't make that. I think I need a little bit of jump strength on this map. Currently not running any. I'm also going to pop ult here. Hopefully that little bit of lifesteal helps our Androxus. We can get the increased jump boost as well and make our way up here. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Can I jump over the wall? No, I think I definitely need to make like a jump strength build for this map. I think I might have one actually, but I might need to modify it again. My Lilith builds, I haven't really even touched them since I got Golden Lilith, which was back when she came out. So I definitely need to look at that, because that would definitely help out on this map. I just love this map, dude. There are so many different routes. You can fly over and around and different things. It's so much fun. I love the layout. I love the look. It's a very, very fun map to play on. I've actually heard quite the opposite review from at least a few friends and some people in my comments as well. And I find that to be interesting. I think part of the reason, honestly, might just be that people aren't familiar with the layouts yet. Because any new map will feel a bit awkward to play on until you know, A, who to play on it, because some maps favor certain champions more than others, but also, like, where you should play on it, you know? Especially, like, I can kind of think back to when I started learning Overwatch, and think like, oh, hey, I hated Hollywood. I had no idea where I was going. I walked into a place and it was just a dead end. But that was because I didn't know where I was going, and now that I know where I'm going, well, it's a pretty fun map to play on, actually, so... I think once we really get used to the map, I think people will start to like it more. Like, I've played it a ton. I played it a ton on the PTS, I played it a ton in live servers, too. Like, we did some custom games, we played the mode that only had Dawnforge in it, and so I'm much more experienced on this map than probably the average person. And so I know where to go, and now that I know that, it's really, really fun. And I have a blast on it, and also I'm the type of person who just enjoys, you know, Eevee, Buck, characters like that anyways. And those characters shine here, so it's really a map you want to play those characters on. It's not like... Well, I guess it sort of is like Ice Mines too, because you could pick a blaster and spam some hallways and do well. I've seen Betty players rock and roll on this map. But yeah, it is a map where mobility shines, and so if you're playing Tyra or something, it might feel a bit rough, but it still doesn't punish you as much as a map like Timbermill, where if you play someone without mobility, in particular vertical mobility, or someone with short range, like, you know, Tyra or God forbid Skye, you're just throwing. Now, on this map, you can still play short-range characters, you can play long-range characters, kind of. I mean, maybe not really up close with the point, you know, with a character like Kinessa, but you can make, you know, most characters work, and especially characters with mobility shine, and I really like that. But enough rambling about the map, let's take a look at the stats here. Again, easily getting top healing in the lobby, despite, again, competing with my Furia for the top healing. And you'll also notice I did more damage than her, and I also didn't quite get more kills, but I was on par with kills with the Furia there. So we did much better that match, and consistently getting top healing in both matches, even when we had a bot. That's pretty cool. This definitely is a very nice buff. Lilith still isn't, like, my favorite healer ever, but I definitely appreciate that they gave her this buff and this change, because, well, you have to think a lot more about your swarm placement. You also feel like you can do more things than just place swarms 90% of the time. I was able to get a lot more shots interweaved in between there, and it felt super nice. It felt much, much better, and well, that's always a good thing, so maybe I'll pick Lilith up a little bit more. She's still, again, like, not my favorite. I'd rather play Grok, but this is definitely awesome. Really appreciate them doing this, and this is a nice change, so hey, give this buff a try. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Again, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to reach 60,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Would really appreciate your support with that, and also check out the Twitch channel and the Discord server. We stream regularly on Twitch, and we have an amazing community of Paladins players on Discord, so you won't want to miss out. Go check both of them out, link is in the description. With all that being said, thank you guys for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace out.